rebel commander in Damascus suburbs. His headquarters were only a few kilometers away from President Bashar al-Assad's palace. Zahran Alloush was released from prison by Assad a few months after the start of the Syrian uprising. He rose to prominence in 2013 when he convinced many armed groups to form Jaish al-Islam, an army of more than 20,000 well-trained and armed fighters. A few months ago, Zahran attended a military parade. It was the biggest show of force by the Syrian opposition. Unlike most rebel factions with units across the country, the Army of Islam has one base on the outskirts of Damascus, with one task: waiting for the government to collapse to march into the capital and secure it. This is where Alloush was killed. He was meeting with military commanders from Jaish al-Islam. The Syrian army says Zahran was killed in an airstrike carried out by a Syrian fighter jet. The Syrian opposition says the death of Zahran may undermine the chance for internationally brokered talks between the rebels and the Syrian government. Zahran was not only a military commander, he was also a prominent preacher with many followers in the Damascus area. With his death, the future of the Army of Islam is uncertain. In 2013, the Syrian government killed Abdel Qadir al-Saleh, a charismatic commander of the Tawheed brigades. A year later, many Ahrar al-Sham leaders were killed in Idlib. The key rebel groups never recovered from the loss of their founders.
Zahran Alloush was a major figure in Jaish al-Islam. He was a commander that really built the organization from a small company back in 2011, in mid-2011, to now an organization with 26 command centers, 64 battalions, and more or less somewhere between 45,000 to 50,000 fighters.
This is Zahran's successor, Isam or Abu Hammam al-Buwaydani, who has been in charge of an elite unit in the Army of Islam. The opposition says that Zahran should also be remembered as the man who prevented ISIL and the Nusra Front, an Al-Qaeda affiliate, from expanding towards Damascus, and that his death could pave the way for ISIL and the Nusra Front to launch an offensive to capture the outskirts of the capital. Hashim Al-Barra, Al Jazeera, Gaziantep, on Turkey's border with Syria.